it is imperative if you have cameras at your home that you have a subscription plan, and if you have them tied into your security system, that you give your security company the permission to access your cameras in the event that your security system is activated. It is imperative that you do that if you have a security system. You want to make sure that you cover your exterior, and my recommendation is also your interior too, especially if you're aging in place and you have loved ones that may want to check in on you. It's nice to have a camera there. That way they just kind of know that you're safe, and you should feel comfortable that someone's checking in on you. And it's not really an invasion of privacy. It's just an added level of security. So what I thought I'd talk about today was the types of cameras and how you access the footage. So there are really three types of home security cameras. You have your exterior cameras, you have interior cameras, and then you have your doorbell cameras. And I think a lot of people are familiar with the name Ring. A Ring, they're almost synonymous with doorbell cameras. But most video doorbell cameras work the same. And so anyway, those are the three types. And you want to hit your entranceways and your valuables, and just make sure your whole house, inside and outside, is covered. And so anyway, those are the three types of cameras. And your interior cameras, I'll kind of show you. This is one made by Ye Home that I have, and I use these in addition to my SimpliSafe cameras. And it's a small camera, and you can place it just about anywhere it's not noticeable, and you can tell it to turn the light off so the light doesn't turn on, so you don't think anybody's watching at you. But you can put these anywhere in your home, and so if you, with me, I have a hybrid system. So where, with SimpliSafe, I ran out of the number of cameras I could have on the system, so I added Ye Home and also added Ring cameras with subscription, so I can access my footage in the event that I need it. So those are the three types of cameras. The way you power the cameras, there's really probably three ways to power the cameras. Some cameras are hardwired into your electrical system, and some cameras are battery powered. And then cameras like this system, this is Ye Home, and the exterior cameras that are battery powered, most of them give you the option to plug in an external power source, so you could plug it into like a power outlet. Or with what I do at my home is I have solar panels plugged into my exterior cameras. So the panels charge the batteries during the day, and the batteries work at night. And so I don't have to change batteries. So those are the ways that you can power your cameras. Now, doorbell cameras, there's Ring makes battery powered and home powered doorbell cameras, and a lot of people, it's real simple. You can get a bundle where you have the battery powered doorbell, Ring doorbell, and a video doorbell, and a chime that you plug in on the inside, so you don't have to rewire your house. Well, that is great, other than the fact you have to keep recharging that battery. So what I recommend, if you have an existing doorbell in your home that is working, most of the times you can remove that doorbell and replace it with a video doorbell and connect it to the existing wires that power it, so you don't have a battery powered doorbell in your home. Now, the video doorbells are larger than your typical doorbell button, so you may have to do some woodwork. What I recommend to do, if you have an electrician that you use, a friend that knows computers a little bit, or your computer company or your security company, they can, for a very small fee, install that doorbell for you. Now, if you have an older home, or if you're in some of the new homes, mainly your older homes, the transformers that power your doorbell, what they do is they step it down from 110 home voltage down to 16 to 24 volts DC, like a battery DC. You may need to replace that transformer. They're about $30 at Lowe's. I don't know what electrician charges, but for $100 or $200 you can have that video doorbell installed, so you can access that doorbell and have it work like your old doorbell did. And that's what I recommend, is if you can get away from batteries, it eliminates your any kind of maintenance that you have to do, other than like your door sensors and glass break sensors and things like that. Those are all battery powered, and you can replace those easily. But the exterior thing and things that are mounted on the walls and up high, you don't want to have to be climbing ladders to replace batteries. But anyway, that's how they are powered. So when you look at your system, you want to decide whether you want battery powered and how you want to power your exterior cameras and where you want to plug in your interior cameras, and go from there. And if you have a security system that also, like Ring and SimpliSafe, have full home security systems, you can tie your cameras into your system, and your system will actually let you know verbally when your batteries die if you choose to use the battery option. But anyway, that's how you wire your cameras. Now, the storage of the data is really key to this whole video, and what's been in the news recently is they did not have a subscription. So it was just recording real time, so you could actually log into the camera and see what was going on, but it didn't store the data. So if you have a subscription plan, it will typically store your data from up to 30 days. It's the typical plan that I've seen online. If you don't have a subscription plan, you can just see live view. Now, this camera by Yi, it says YI, I'm not promoting them, but I just use them, so I just am familiar with them. It's got a little card slot. I don't know if you can see this here. It's a very small SD card you can put in it. And I think I've got 64 gigs on this card. But this camera will record to the card, so you don't have to have a subscription. So I've got these located in areas where security is not my issue. I just want to make sure I've got a record of what's going on. And it also acts as a backup. So if my internet's down, I have something recording any activity. So, and it works really well for me. So I've kind of got those all over the place too. How do these cameras talk to the cloud? And how do they talk to your security system? And all of the cameras that we're discussing today are Wi-Fi cameras. So you need to have a good Wi-Fi system in your home so they can talk to the internet. And you also need a good stable connection from your home to the internet. So the more cameras you have on your system, the more traffic you have on your home Wi-Fi, and also the more traffic that you'll have on your internet connection from your home up to the internet. And what I recommend, you need at least 500 megabit of internet connection, and you want to make sure anywhere in your home that you want to put a camera, you have to have a good Wi-Fi connection to make sure that camera can talk back to your internet connection. So if you find that where you want to put a camera, it's not talking to your Wi-Fi, you need to get some help, and you call your local computer guy, and he'll help you expand your Wi-Fi signal in your home. Or if you have a garage or an outbuilding that you want to add cameras to, there's ways to expand your Wi-Fi to those buildings so you can then add a camera. So that's one thing you need to make sure you have. You have to have Wi-Fi in your home, or you can't have any of these security cameras. The other thing that I think is really cool that Ring does, that I don't know if other ones do, I just know that Ring does, is it has an announce feature. So when it starts recording, it will say, "You are being recorded." And it lets people know. So if the bad guy comes in your backyard at night, it'll let them know that they're being recorded. And it acts as an extra deterrent from people messing around with your property. And I know it drives my neighbors crazy. Every time somebody walks by my house, it says, "You are being recorded." And it also lets us know that they're being recorded too. So I think that is really a neat thing that Ring does. I wish more companies would do something like that. Let's talk a little bit about subscription plans. So you can start, like I said, you can start with a camera that doesn't have a subscription plan, that many of the manufacturers let you actually access the live feed of that camera without a subscription. You can't save it. It's not stored in the cloud anywhere, but you can get a live feed. And I highly recommend a subscription plan. You want to make sure your data is stored somewhere. And if you have a security system, you can tie your cameras into your security system, and you can give your security company permission to access your cameras in the event that your alarm is triggered. That way they can check and see what's going on if you're not there. And I just highly recommend a subscription plan. And, you know, if you can afford it, or if it's not in your budget, save up. But you want to go with some type of security system that can tie into your cameras. I think you'll have peace of mind knowing that somebody's watching over you in case something goes wrong. Now, the types of plans that they have is, you know, some of them are zero cost, so you can access your live footage. Some of them, like Ring, to access, to store data from one camera, I believe is $5 a month. And then they have plans that are more expensive. So the more cameras, if you want to add more cameras, they have a plan for, I'm not sure what their plans are, but you can have actually unlimited cameras on the Ring, depending on your subscription. Now with SimpliSafe, to access the cameras, you have to have a minimal of, I believe it's $5 a month for a plan that lets you access your cameras. If you want to store your footage from your cameras on their cloud, I believe they charge $10 a month for up to 10 cameras. And again, their system, as of today, maxes out at 10 cameras. If you want to add their security system to the monthly plan, for $20 a month, you get your up to 10 cameras stored on the cloud, and you can self-monitor your security system. So in the event that the security system is triggered, you will be notified that something's going on, so then you can handle that situation. And then for $30 a month, you can have cloud storage for your cameras, and then you have their call center monitoring your security system. So if something goes wrong, they'll call you. If they can't call you, they'll call 911. And if you give them permission, they can actually access your cameras if your alarm is activated. So I think that's a really very basic entry level into a security system. And I can't remember where Ring is for their security system, but they're comparable pricing. But if you have cameras, it's worth it to go the extra mile to get a security system. That way you've got professionals monitoring your cameras. And I don't think in an emergency situation that is priceless.